Do animals also have the ability to communicate just like us humans? Do they? Is it possible for them to communicate just like us? How? That is what we are going to find out in this video.
Wild inside.
Animal communication is the transfer of information from one or group of animals to another. Animal communication vary in three different factors: the environment, the animal sending the signal, and the message being conveyed. In addition, animals use multiple mechanisms in order to send, receive, and respond to signals. One major example are the ants. Ants, just like us humans, they also have a very good eyesight to see things. But most of the time, they use olfactory or sense of smell in communication. They have this antennae, which they use sometimes to touch things, but it is basically a smell organ. In other words, it serves as their nose, which enables them to smell things. Additionally, ants have different glands capable of producing different smells. The smell molecules will float in the air, and when it hit the receptors of their antennae, they already know what the signal means. For instance, a spider is trying to invade their nest. One of their glands will produce alarm pheromone, which means a warning smell, and that smell will radiate and will alarm other ants that something is happening. The same thing also happens when we left sweet foods for a short period of time. Another example are peacocks. Can you even imagine how loud could they be? Peacocks use visual and auditory or sound-based communication. They usually use body language, and they produce distinct sounds to convey a message. For instance, they begin their courtship displays to attract the female peacocks or peahens by means of singing and spreading their iridescent tail feathers in a fan shape, and they are strutting it back and forth, and they shake their feathers to produce a rattling noise to get the peahen's attention. Furthermore, peacocks make meowing sounds when it is going to rain. They also make alarm calls when they sense danger. So now you know why they are considered one of the loudest animals on Earth. Last example are the chimpanzees. These animals are considered the most intelligent communicators in the animal world based on different observations. The chimpanzees use visual communication. It involves signals that can be seen, such as gestures, facial expressions, and body postures, and at the same time, they also use body calls to convey various messages. For instance, a chimpanzee is very obviously taking a small bite from leaves only to elicit sexual attention. Or, "Come, flirt with me." They usually create long sounds very loudly when they come across something unusual or very dangerous. And what's interesting is that, just like us humans, they also maintain good relationships among them by having friendly physical contacts. The chimpanzees use facial expressions to express different emotions, such as when they are stressed, when they are frightened, when they are tense, or when they are in stressful situations. Lastly, the animals possess some of the ways we humans communicate nonverbally. Other mechanisms that the animals use in communication are visual, auditory or sound-based, olfactory, touch, chemical, seismic, thermal, and electric. Those were some of the examples on how animals communicate. Just like humans, they possess this innate ability to communicate and coordinate with their same species. They need to communicate mainly to help them protect themselves, to find mates, to establish dominance, to defend territory, to coordinate group behavior, and to care for young. Animals communicate in some of the ways we do. Nonetheless, they do not have the ability to reason out, and they do not follow certain rules in order to send and receive the message correctly and satisfactorily, which is what we humans can. Therefore, it is still possible for the animals to communicate, but to a certain extent. So that's all for this video. See you next time.